Welcome to another episode of the Metal Roundup, or as you might think today, the Sleep Token Roundup. We're going to talk about the new song, Damocles, in entirety. Each of us has checked out the new song called Damocles by some people, losers. Obviously, we know it's called Damocles.
Damocles, come on.
We've each checked it out now. You can check out our reaction videos. They already are live on YouTube. We thought we'd get together and have a chat about our thoughts and impressions of that a little bit more deeper and get the sense of each other's thoughts as well after hearing it maybe a few times and letting that kind of marinate a little bit. So, first of all, Drew, if I can come to you. So you decided not to do what I did, which is set an early alarm for like 4:45 in the morning, get up, check out the visualizer.
Yeah.
You VPN in order to get more sleep. How did that work out for you?
Yeah, it's partly to get more sleep and partly to, because I still have to wake up at 5 a.m. anyway to kind of monitor, to make sure that the upload is fine, because sometimes the block stays on it and then you have to work around. So I planned on getting up early anyway, but I just wanted to have the reaction done like prior so it wasn't rushed, because I just don't like the idea of being there at 5 a.m. and then trying to get it out as soon as possible and trying to rush my thoughts. So yeah, I did the VPN route again. I didn't even mention this in my video, but I'm cursed with this. It's like there's some spiritual thing trying to tell me to stop doing this, but I just keep denying it and it gets worse every time. I tried another VPN service and I accidentally put in the wrong email, which meant that I got locked out of the account, and it was the only VPN service I could actually use because I've used everything else at this point. And they use your IP address. So I couldn't just like make a new account. So I was like literally speaking to technical support for this VPN service at like 11:45 at night, trying to get my account sorted. Eventually got it sorted. Logged into Australia, listened to it, and yeah, finished up at like 2 a.m. and then woke up at, I set my alarm for 10 to 5 just to be awake and make sure it publishes. And then obviously there's a bit of excitement that kicks in. I'm lying in my bed on my phone and I just can't sleep. So I got another like maybe 2 hours sleep. So maybe 3.5 hours, 4 hours sleep I'm running off right now. So yeah, a bit worse for wear, but it's worth it, man. It's the last time. I said it in my video that this could potentially be the last time that I ever do this with Sleep Token, you know? It'll be the last album.
Could be.
Yeah.
I doubt it, but it could be.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
especially the way the lyrics are going, but we can dive into that, you know?
Yeah. I think I went to bed at like 9:30 at night to get up at nearly 5, and I've been up since then.
Oh, wow.
I've been doing, day of work as well. I checked out the Ghost album this morning as well. It's been a day, and I live streamed on Twitch. I'm tired, but
Yes.
Coca-Cola is helping me out. Burb, how did you fare? Because you're in a very different time zone. So it dropped at midnight your time?
Yeah, so it's easier for me because I just have to stay up till midnight. But I go to bed at like 10:30, 11. Like I'm an old man like that. So when it's 12 o'clock, like I'm tired, but I'm forcing myself to do this live stream, bring the energy up. But then I'm editing, and as soon as I'm done the video, I just went to bed. No, and then I woke up this morning because I do some training with a group of people. We had to like run up and down these flights of stairs. We had to do it like 10 times and stuff. So I'm like sweating. I still haven't showered, so I smell like crap right now.
Good job we don't know.
I know.
Yeah.
But man, what were we talking about? Like, dude, I'm half asleep over here. I probably got like 5 hours of sleep, 5-6 hours of sleep. But I'm one of those people where like if I don't get 7 or 8, like you can tell, like my energy is so low. So I'm on my coffee right now, but I'm still excited because we got to talk about Damocles, which, by the way, like I've said Damocles way more now at this point than Damocles. I'm actually calling it Damocles.
Yeah, I keep finding myself saying it and I have to correct myself because that's obviously my natural way to say it, because it's just how my brain sees it, it comprehends that as Damocles. But I've seen so many different YouTube channels. Like I've watched a few reactions this morning and so many people are saying it as well. Like not ironically at all. They're actually just getting it wrong. And I'm like, yes.
It showed up in Reddit as well. I think people saw our chat about that. And you're like, Damocles. Oh my God. Yeah.
It's literally what I was
actually
to say.
Reference our chat, or were they just
I don't think they referenced the chat. I just saw a Reddit comment, like watch every reaction channel say the word wrong.
Yeah, I think I'd seen that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Let's talk about the song itself. Before we do that, if you haven't yet and you've enjoyed our chats before, do subscribe to this podcast. It's free.
Professional.
There's also some paid for stuff on Patreon, bonus episodes and things. Have a look at that in the description. Anyway,
good plug.
Song itself.
Yes.
Now, I was delighted, of course, because it's a sort of Euclid adjacent tone of some. Gee, the synchronicity of you two folks. This happened on a previous episode where you adjusted yourselves at the same time in an episode. Now you took the same sip.
We had that in last
Maybe
episode as well.
we
literally did a sip at the exact same time. Yeah, in the last episode.
Anyway,
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cheers,
So,
bro.
Cheers.
My little
Sorry, Steve.
sloth mug.
okay. So so the first song we had Emergence, which is kind of a in the wheelhouse of the range of things that Sleep Token do. It's like, we're back, we're Sleep Token, we're in good hands. Great. Loved that. Then we had Caramel, which had the sort of, reggaeton beat within there, and then ending on the black metal craziness. Fucking amazing. Extremes and interesting, and we had all the lyrical content within that. And then this one is like this musically quite grand, major, joyful, positive, Euclid-like, triumphant sound, but it sort of continues on a bit of the Caramel lyrical themes, and the lyrics themselves are pretty dark, similarly. So it's kind of this odd juxtaposition. And I listened to it, this time I listened to it twice. First time, just the music, loved it, lit my soul up. And then lyrically, you're going to go like, oh, fucking hell, man. Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I have, and what's interesting about the lyrics is I'm starting to see now in the chat, there are now people who are policing the comments of people going like, oh man, I want to give them the hug. And now somebody else coming in and go like, that's just what they don't want. They don't want hugs. Didn't you understand, Caramel? It's like, now they're becoming the annoying fans, or like the ones going and trying to like
pretty intense,
make everyone step in line. It's like, do you know what? Here's where I'm at now. Enjoy the music and the lore and the content, the anonymity, the masks, the personal stories in Caramel, whatever it is. However you want. Just don't bother other people with it, really. If someone's open to a conversation about it, great. And leave the band alone, fine. But like the fact that you've got two songs now where Vessel, the songwriter, is talking about himself makes it like if he didn't want anyone to think about how he was feeling and feel bad for him, he wouldn't put that in songs. So like it's actually okay to be talking about that aspect. It's a part of the song. That's perfectly acceptable. But just going to say, be a human about it.
Be okay with unpopular opinions too. That's another thing. Like critiques of the song or the band, like it's okay to have it. I feel like people are kind of scared to say things that they might say. Like I noticed in my Twitch stream, like a lot of people were giving like 5, 6 out of 10 for the song, which I don't mind. I personally don't feel bothered by that. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Why do you feel that way? But instead, I know in my YouTube comments, I haven't seen your videos, but in my YouTube comments, like if someone says the song sucks or something, like they're going to get roasted for sure. Right?
Yeah, I think it's just the way you frame it. If it's just like this song sucks, then you're opening yourself up for being like criticized, I guess. But it's like if someone can, I think generally most people are pretty receptive to people like offering some insights that are maybe a little bit more negative leaning, as long as they can kind of back it up and give some reasoning. It's just the people that are annoying that are like, this song is ass, and then it's like, can't believe all you freaks like this song. It's like, you've gone out of your way to comment here, you know.
Yeah. Why are you on this video, sir? Madam?
Exactly. Yeah. There's like this obsessive hatred for them as well, which is really odd.
I know, and that's why I made a video about it. But like, I feel like people also put Sleep Token to such high pedestal. Like we're nicknamed the Sleep Token Roundup, right? But like, at the same time, there needs to be balance. Not every song is a masterpiece. Not every song is perfection. Like it's okay to have critiques and just like, oh, I enjoyed this one more than the other. But I just feel like I haven't really done a deep dive into people's thoughts on this song, but I could just tell that it's another song where this is just like absolute perfection. And I'll be honest, my thoughts is like, it's good. Like it didn't really wow me too much. And I understand the lyrics and, you know, Vessel's really, you know, going through some like suffering because now the fame kind of thing, like it's more personal, but like so many artists that we listen to are also talking about their personal struggles. It's not completely unique, to be honest, but you know, that's why I also think like, for me, I think the song was all right. Like not even all right. It's good because like still the piano work and the drumming was phenomenal on this. But I can't see it gain a lot of replayability for me, to be honest.
And that's what's great about that is that's a taste thing. I think when it comes down to, I gave it a masterpiece. Not because I'm like, because they're just genius. I loved that tone. I loved sitting in that for the whole song. The brightness of those piano, like it's very Euclid-esque. I'm a simple being sometimes, you know. I enjoy a complex song here and there, but man, give me a fucking hooky like lead over some lovely, beautiful piano. I am in.
You know what I did see? Someone said it's Elton John with 8-string guitars.
That's
I
fucking
thought
funny.
that was great. Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
great songwriter, you know?
Oh,
like-
of course he is. He's one of the most famous songwriters of all time.
Yeah. I seen something about Elvis Presley in my comments as well. I don't know what that was in
Really?
reference to, but yeah, I don't know what it was like.
Uh,
Did you catch the Elvis Presley line? I didn't actually
line.
go into it deep, but I don't know if it was like a lyrical line in it somewhere. But
He must
yeah,
have-
I mean, like I think there's less shock value musically in this. Of course, it's a more stripped back, like ballad style rock song. So there's ultimately not going to be as many like reaction worthy moments, I guess. And I know that that's not what you're saying, that like a song has to have a reaction worthy moment for it to be amazing. But I just, again, I think the lyrical content again, and just I'm so fascinated by the phenomenon that is like listening to a band for years that are relatively unknown and being obsessed with their music, and they have such amazing music, and they've always been like completely trying to hide their identity, and now all of a sudden it's like they're doing still masked, and they're not just giving away their identity, but like they're really stripping a lot of things back now and letting people in, which is just to me so fascinating, and it just adds like, and this is like such a, it's a non like tangible thing that's very hard to actually explain, because you'll send this to someone who doesn't know the whole background of Sleep Token, that maybe just got on board and maybe wouldn't love it as much. And to me, like I said that in my video as well, where it's like I can see that this song isn't like musically, I still think it's really good, but I don't know if I'll go back to it. It's not as like much of a banger as the other two, but again, it's just so fascinating to hear this new perspective on a band that we've heard kind of be almost just one way all the time, you know?
Yeah.
And also, it's an unusual thing in society generally. Like if you're hearing vulnerable lyrics of someone, and ordinarily you'd want to like find out more and be like, why are they feeling that way? And you know, but we only get it in song form. That's it. We don't even see interviews of them and they explain a bit more and talk, and you get, oh, actually, I can understand. So we're just more and more naturally curious, because normally you would, in a conversational world, you would ask questions and find out more. But we don't get that. You just get these lyrics with these notes. That's it. Thank you for coming. It's like, that's odd.
So true. Like, imagine if they, start doing interviews and, reveal who they are. Like, that part of their music, that layer is gone, because now we get insight into how they actually were. But I think for us to interpret our own thoughts about how they're feeling gives this extra layer of trying to figure out what the songs are actually about.
Yes.
Yeah, I had this thought today of like, for now, as long as they're making music, I want to know as little about them as possible, and I want their outlet to be through the songs. But I do see a future at some point when, maybe 10 years down the line, when Sleep Token aren't the thing anymore, and we see like these interviews coming out with like the members, and they're unmasked and they're talking about everything that they've gone through, and we can kind of like relive it again through a completely new lens. I think that would be so cool,
Yeah, that's a good point too, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do wonder, is anyone in the Sleep Token camp like filming this recording process and things like for posterity and putting that stuff in a vault somewhere? Maybe one day there's a documentary.
I just got chills when you said that. I need a documentary, like Netflix style documentary, in a couple of years of everything they've gone through.
It'd be the most amazing thing to see from behind the scenes, like footage of them walking on stage at Download Festival on the smallest stage and being like that whole thing and being like, this is what we're trying to do. It'd be amazing to see all that.
I feel like that's going to be a thing now. Like,
yeah,
there's such a big band
that it's just, I'd love to see all the moments that would fascinate me the most from their career thus far would be just to see their reaction to, oh my fucking god, this is properly happening now, when Take Me Back to Eden started to take off, when like those songs were going insane. Like, imagine just seeing the behind the scenes footage of, okay, we've always been gearing towards this moment, but I'd imagine none of them would have anticipated how big of a deal it would have become, and then just all of the ascension, pardon the pun, after that,
Amazing if their manager's like, yeah, Vessel, have you seen the numbers on the summiting? Like, have you seen this? And he'd be like, what do you mean, mate? I'm just like, just do my thing. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
he's back.
And what true. When I said like his, his personal struggles are not like most unique. Like, I mean, as like other singers have like, talked about their struggles, but also at the same time, Vessel's in a unique position too. And like the band, because of how fast the band propelled too.
Yeah.
And there's like certain pressure and just like so much fans that also don't know him that well, because, they're still mysterious. So he does have this unique persona, or that people want to interpret too.
Yeah. Like the lyrical concept is not new. We've heard that, like you said, we've heard that so many times, but it is just so fascinating to see how to like hear again from someone who has had such a quick fucking rise. You know, sometimes you'll hear like these pop songs on the radio that have like really deep lyrics and stuff, but you've like only heard of them because of this song, and you haven't really like followed them through their entire ascension. So yeah, it's so cool. I'm so curious to see what the album like it comes across us now, because this is track 8 of 10. This does have like big kind of album outro vibes, and a lot of people are talking about the final track being, I think it's called Infinite Bats.
Yeah, which is a weird name.
Yeah. So people are already like,
Deftones.
you know, hypothesizing that it will be like infinite bats of tears, and it's going to be the saddest song ever. It's like 8.5 minutes long as well. So that could be an insane song, like
could
another
be the
summoning or
sexiest
something.
Song ever.
Yeah. I feel like finishing on a sexy note after a song like Damocles would be just such a fucking mindfuck.
Damocles, you mean?
But Damocles, yeah.
What's this
yeah,
song
now
you're
me
talking
saying it right, and you just have me fucking
Damocles, what's that?
But yeah, no, it's gonna be fucking insane. Like I can't wait. It's 13 days now until the album comes out. That's just gonna arrive like that.
Yeah, there's the majority of the album we won't have heard when it comes out, and we've heard. I mean, the first song that touches on some personal things, but not really as much. Was like, are we going to get an album that's as very personal, Vessel kind of behind the mask, or what could the rest of it be about if not that? Like, what are the other themes getting explored? Who fucking knows? Can't wait to find out.
We should do some kind of a prediction video just based on the names, and then we go back to it at some point. And we look at what
that's
we
a good idea.
How each song
Yeah, I
actually
like
sounds.
that idea. I'm totally down to
That's
do that.
fun.
I mean,
Bonus episode.
Yeah, bonus episode. Sign up for our Patreon. Yeah.
We're gonna do this straight away.
Great idea.
Yeah.
One of the songs, I mean, we don't have to predict what it's going to sound like, but there's one name of a song that I think is a bit like, really? For Sleep Token naming a song? That is quite unusual. Dangerous? Dangerous is an odd song name for Sleep Token. It's too, like, normal a word. Dangerous.
Is it? They've made a song called Caramel.
Yeah, that's a good
It's the
point.
most basic word ever.
Yeah,
But that's kind of like, but that's intriguing. Why would you name a song Caramel? Whereas Dangerous, there's other songs called Dangerous.
I don't
Didn't
know.
Busta Rhymes have a song called Dangerous?
I feel like Drew was
Yeah,
pretty
but I
spot
want to know
on with
what
that.
is dangerous. Like, what's
Yeah.
dangerous? Like, that's intriguing me. Okay, well, we're going to predict it at some point, whether it be a bonus episode or its own episode. The Metal Roundup are officially on Patreon, and we are launching with 2 tiers for you guys to avail of. Tier 1, the guest list. With the guest list, you get early access to all of the episodes of the Metal Roundup, plus access to our exclusive Discord. But if that is not enough for you, we have a tier 2. Don't worry, we have you covered. The Backstage Pass. With the Backstage Pass, you get access to all of the things that you get access to in tier 1, but of course there's more. Not only do you get early access to all the episodes and access to our Discord, you also get a shout out at the end of all our episodes. Oh, but we want more. Oh, you're getting more, all right? Tier 2, baby. You get everything you get in tier 1, plus the shout out, plus a bonus episode filmed at the end of every single main episode just for you on tier 2. God damn. Oh, there couldn't possibly be more. There's no way. There is. Not only do you get all of these beautiful perks with tier 2, the Backstage Pass, you also get access to an exclusive Discord channel where you can message us directly and give us questions and topics for the bonus episodes. So you guys are essentially an additional member of the podcast. If you like the sound of that, the link for the official The Metal Roundup Patreon page will be in the description, lads. Any support will be much appreciated. We love you. Thank you so much. Now enjoy the episode.
I think what would be awful
be fun.
is
What the fuck is that word? I'm looking, sorry. Gethsemane? Oh, no.
Oh,
I actually
don't do
haven't-
it, Drew.
No.
Don't do it, Drew.
Okay.
Do it. No, do it.
Gethsemane. Fucking hell. What is that? Do you know what that word is?
Yeah.
G-E-T. Okay, you say it then.
I don't know.
Gethsemane.
Steve fucked it up as well. Let's go. Wait, say it again.
That's probably true. It's Gethsemane.
Yeah, you've nailed it. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, you are pretty articulate.
What does that mean?
Oh, in also words, Drew, you're not alone. Burb, can you say this word, please? It is ANONYMITY.
Oh, fuck you. I have the hardest time saying that fucking word.
You say
anonymity.
Yes,
Anonymity.
Anonymity is the word. But he said in his videos like anonymity. I'm like, whoa. Did my brain
There's just
skip?
certain words. There's certain words that just
Wait,
don't.
are you talking about my
click with
video?
people.
Yeah.
Where
Which
was
one
your
was this?
comment, Steve?
Did
Yeah,
I just
Steve,
comment?
call him out
I
like this
did. You know
now.
what I did? I started writing and I was just like, say anonymity again, and I thought, you know what, that's just mean. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
But
sometimes like if you say something in the moment, it's
I'll
funny.
do
But
that
if you like comment it, it's very like it just
Yeah.
comes across differently with no humor in it.
I
So,
thought
yeah,
I'd do it face to face.
I actually
Yeah.
filmed that. I filmed that entire video twice, and first time I did it, I kept screwing up the word. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be a fun little blooper. But then I filmed
Yeah.
it again, and I'm like, I felt like that was kind of almost right, so I'm just going to leave it in. But my AI like subtitle tool picked it up,
Oh yeah.
so
Yeah.
it was fine.
You're fine.
You're
Yeah, I
all
mean,
G.
the problem if you're learning a word for the first time based on text alone, you haven't heard someone else use it, then you're gonna have to like guess Damocles.
Oh,
Okay, just without talk, we're here to talk about Damocles right now, but just on Gethsemane, derived from Hebrew words meaning oil press, refers to a garden at the foot of the Mount of Olives in Jerusalem, where Jesus was arrested after praying and experiencing agony before his crucifixion. That song is gonna be fucking mental. That comes straight after
hardcore.
Damocles as well, which is a slower song. So I'm willing to put my money on that being an absolute here. And then a sad song again to take us out with Infinite Bats. Locking it in.
Interesting. Yeah, it makes all the sense in the world. I wonder whether the last song would be kind of a ballady, Euclid like thing, because they've done that now. Actually, they've done that on pretty
They did
much
that
every.
with that song.
they've done
yeah,
a
it's kind of the same.
slow song to end every album.
Yeah, they kind of
Yeah.
have.
Like Bloodsport for Sundowning, and then
Missing
High
Limbs.
Water.
Missing
High Water?
Limbs.
Missing
No.
Limbs, yeah. Missing Limbs for This Place Will Become Your Tomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely in their wheelhouse to do something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited to see. Like, normally I don't pay too much attention to the lyrics on albums, but I'm full in on this. Like, I was kind of joking about it in my reaction that I'm like, if this album reaction takes like 6 weeks to record, just me yapping over it, that's what it's going to be. You're going to have a 5-hour upload, just me yapping over every single song. Like, it took me 32 minutes to get through this one.
That's crazy.
So that's just one song. So yeah, good luck watching that one.
Yeah, I was wondering myself whether for the album I should, as something of an experiment, because this feels more like an album that is about the lyrics than it is about the musical side of things. So
Yeah.
I'm sure it's obviously it's both, but like maybe I'll try and tune into the lyrical journey more on the first listen through.
Yeah,
And then
well,
in future, I can break down the musical elements, and put some content on Patreon.
just pay attention. Yeah, just pay attention to it in the first listen, and then like be prepared to go over it in a little bit more detail. Because there is some things like this song was a little bit easier to pick up on by just listening to it because of the nature of the song being a little bit more of a ballad. Whereas like with Caramel, like there was a lot more production elements. He was like screaming, so it was hard to actually hear what he was saying a lot of the time. So I guess it depends on how the rest of the album goes, but. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I suppose it was similar with Take Me Back to Eden. It was hard to gauge what the album was like ultimately going to sound like as a full package based on the singles because it was so varied.
Yeah.
And this one is even harder because we're getting only 3 singles before the album release, whereas we had what, like 5, 6 was Take Me Back to Eden.
5.
You take the title track dropped as a single
You
on
Wish
the
That
day.
You Loved
So
Me, and then it was like
Vor, Granite,
yeah,
Aqua Regia,
Well-
Summoning, Chokehold, and then on the day we got Take Me Back to Eden, the video.
right. Well, this was going to
Yeah.
be my question because how do you guys feel about the rollout for this album as opposed to Take Me Back to Eden? Because I'm not going to lie, there's like I like it that we're also getting the actual like time zones and everything when the songs drop, and then having 3 singles before the album just feels very like traditional for them. So I do like that, but there was something like mysterious and fun about them just like shadow dropping singles out of nowhere, and you never could predict it, and it would like it shocked the whole scene too. I remember like, oh fuck, I gotta go live now. Like everyone impromptu live stream, so let's go. But now like it's cool, like because in a way it's really working out for them. Their numbers are going up like crazy, so maybe it is working to their advantage. But I do kind of miss the shadow drop elements that they were doing.
I agree. There was something quite exciting about that. This has been, despite the Weatherman's efforts, it's been quite predictable generally when a song's coming out. And the extra stuff is all the treasure hunt that people could do before the first single and connecting things with the houses and all that. Like that was a fun element. But I think because they now have such a big fan base, it is a different rollout because you're like, well, let's get that fan base primed so that then when the songs drop, they go check it out immediately, and that helps with the numbers, and that will help radio stations and TV stations go, oh, what's happening over here? And that, like, whereas if it comes randomly, there'll be an organic element to that, but maybe not as strong as what this has ended up doing for their numbers.
Yeah, it's just like a different era completely, isn't it? I'm sure there's there's probably a lot less risk involved in doing something like that, what they did with Taking Back to Eden at the time, because their core fan base are going to show up regardless. And there wasn't really that much interest from the general public. But now it's like, okay, a lot of people are interested in this, so let's make sure we get it in front of as many people as possible and don't like surprise drop it. In saying that, they fucking dropped at 5 a.m. UK time, which is where the band is from. So, I mean, that kind of contradicts that. What is that all about? Like, why are they, is there a reason? Like, I mean, it's midnight in...
That's like, I think it's Canada? As simple as the majority of their fan base at this stage are probably in the States. Maybe that's the home base of the record label as well. Like, you know what, let's appease to the largest online group at any given moment for an optimal kind of thing to make it interesting. Maybe that's the sign they went for.
They're dropping at the most popular time, midnight on a Friday.
But then I guess at the same time, is that a most popular time?
It is, like
in America, midnight.
That's why Release Radar on Spotify has that playlist for you on Fridays. Yeah,
at midnight though.
Maybe it's as simple as the reason most bands drop on that day is it's something to do with album charting. I think if you release on a Friday, you can count it towards not that weekend's chart, but the following weekend's chart. So you get, a week and a bit for downloads and everything to add up, so that not Sunday, but the following Sunday when they're doing like the top charts in the UK, for example, it'll be tracking all the way back to the Friday before.
We should get a guest on that knows all about this kind of stuff.
If you're watching this episode and you work in the music industry, in radio or whatever it is, and you know the answer to this, hit us up.
Well, we might actually have a guest that might be able to offer us some insight into that very soon that people will enjoy.
Yeah.
That is also somewhat potentially related to what we're talking about right now. Who knows? We'll see.
Also
You'll have to stay tuned.
Fingers crossed that works out.
Oh, you're going to drop it. I'm like, Drew, hold up.
No, I'm all good.
It's not Vessel. Bro. It's just...
We already have Vessel on the podcast here. Steve, go ahead. Go on. Give him the Vessel again. One more time.
I'm not going to your fucking podcast, mate. You having a laugh? I'm not going to break my silence on the metal roundup.
It's just so not Vessel. That's what's funny about it. Like, it just couldn't be further
gangster.
from.
Yeah, it's very gangster.
Yeah, what was I going to say? Where do you guys have this ranked of the three? Of the three, if you're ranking all three of them right now, you got them at 3, Burp?
Yeah, it's my third. It's my least favorite single.
They're so different, all of them, aren't they?
Don't know, man.
They are
like, I
different.
love this song. It might be recency bias, but at the moment it's the one I want to play the most because, again, it's in my sort of sonic wheelhouse. I love the whole tone of it.
You want me to give you guys another hot take?
No.
Go.
So with Take Me Back to Eden, I was giving them 9.5s and then realizing, no, these songs are 10 out of 10s. These songs are fucking perfect. Chokehold, The Summoning. And like pretty much the songs were like in the 9 range. Every song that I've reviewed so far have been in the 8 range with this album.
Why do you think that is?
It's just, I don't know. It's not a very good question, Steve. I'm not too sure. Like, I can look at songs like The Summoning. To me, that song just has it has a lot of metal. Obviously, I do love a lot of the metal elements from Sleep Token. But Ascensionism to me is like a 10 out of 10 song too. And I think it's just like, it's emotional. It also has this massive crescendo that just gives me absolute chills. And I don't think any song so far from this new album has given me that same feeling. Although the songs are still good, I love the hooks and I love singing along to it. When I put anything above an 8, it's Spotify playlist. It's replayable. These songs are good. Anything below an 8 is like, okay, like these are, I can see someone else liking it. These songs are solid. And then anything below 5 for me is like, this is actually what I would consider bad. So 8 is still good, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, Take Me Back to Eden was like in the 9 range for me.
I wonder if part of it is these are quite like the first sort of hit of a drug, as it were. And like they were
Yeah.
developing their writing, developing and developing. And Take Me Back to Eden with Summoning, it's just like, holy shit. It was unlike anything else in the scene at that time. And now what the new songs are is they're more of it, really.
Yeah.
Like there are a couple of surprises in there, but it's essentially a pretty understandable next step from Take Me Back to Eden.
Yeah.
So perhaps that's a bit of why that would be. I wonder, like, if this world does not exist, but if you were to swap timelines and these, Take Me Back to Eden album didn't happen, the next songs were these ones, maybe they would be ranked higher. It's like, holy shit, what the fuck is this
Yeah.
song?
Yeah, I think it's a lot to do with that as well. I don't know if it's anything to go with, but I remember your Spotify Wrapped was like all like your top 5 was Sleep Token for that year, right?
Oh yeah, Take Me Back to Eden.
Yeah.
Was like I kept listening to the songs. It was just again the
Well,
summoning.
that's what I was going to say as well, is that like maybe you did, and I'm guilty of doing it with certain songs as well. Maybe you did just kind of play them so much that you kind of lose that spark with that sound to a certain extent, because we're getting a lot of that same stuff with the new album. But I feel like I listened to that album a lot. Like that was my number 1 album of that year as well. But I just feel like I still have that longing for more of that. So I get why people will be disappointed maybe with the new stuff, compared to Taking Back to Eden, because it is similar in a way. But if you depending on how much time you actually spent with it, obviously you kind of water down that product over time and it gets less valuable if you continuously listen to it. So maybe it's just a case of being kind of familiar with that sound and it doesn't have that same shock value.
I don't know if that's actually accurate in my case, to be honest. Like I remember even the Sundowning. I absolutely love that record, and then This Place Will Become Your Tomb. I actually didn't love it, which I know like a lot of my community is just like, whoa, what? You don't like that record?
Yeah.
I eventually warmed up to it, but it's still my least favorite Sleep Token record. So then when Take Me Back to Eden came out and they were dropping singles, I'm like, okay, I'm excited for this, and the songs just blew my mind. And then here, the songs just are. I think there's a lot of pop elements, which they're so good at, but I think also I do love a lot of prog. And the older songs I think were really leaning towards like some proggy elements that also, and they were kind of like technical, but also some of the melody choices, like the summoning, hitting the falsetto notes in the chorus, and just like the transitions from the riffs and the drums were just so intricate, and the breakdowns hit like a truck. To me, like I guess there is a lot of edge in those songs. And Chokehold, when that initial drop happens and the sort of like high notes that they hit and layering, just like literally these songs give me chills. And I think a lot of these songs focus around more hooks and introducing different elements, like reggaeton and some trap elements and stuff. So it's cool, but it's not really striking a chord with me as much as like stuff from Take Me Back to Eden. But I'm still enjoying it because I love Vessel's vocals and his writing and everything. So they're still high 8s, except Damocles is just like a solid 8 for me.
Yeah, it's fair. I think you're primed. Like our conversation we had with Camille from Novelists, what I was saying anyway is that you're almost primed to really enjoy this album. I think you're in a good spot because, like even you said, Ascensionism, that wasn't even a single, and you were saying that that's like one of your favorite songs. So there could be more Ascensionism style tracks in
I know.
we just don't know about, So you could be primed, because I'm going in with too much expectation. I think I'm primed for this to be the best shit ever. So you're probably in a better position than me right now, to be honest.
Because how many times, like, one of the best feelings of going into an album is like, you enjoy the singles and then you hear the album and then you're like, oh my God, the non-singles are just as good or even better than the singles. And that happened with Loathe. I remember checking out the singles for I Let It In and Took Everything. I'm like, these are cool. They're weird. I like them. And then I heard the whole album, like, what the fuck did I just listen to? And then I kept listening to it. I'm like, this album's insane. So it could be the same thing with this record too. I'm hoping that the non-singles are just like, in the 9s, but like whether or not, like I'm stoked for the band. I'm still enjoying the songs. I absolutely love this band. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not loving it as much as you guys.
That's okay.
I'm loving it. But yeah, to the points you've been talking about there, I think there is zero chance that the rest of the album is just in a similar kind of sonic range and structure as these ones. I don't think they would find that creatively interesting to do. If you look at the past albums have always got some, every album's had a song or two where you're like, huh.
Yeah.
Which we haven't had yet, I think.
Yeah, but there is also, like, to your point, Steve, there is no real sonic range of the 3 singles we've gotten. They've all been so fucking massively different. So it's just going to be a case of how well can they kind of tie all of that chaos together? You know, because we have a ballad style track with Damocles. We have Emergence, which was a little bit heavier, a little bit proggy in elements, poppy. Caramel was, I'd say, a little bit more experimental and shit, with obviously the reggaeton and the more Latin feel to it, and then the black metal style. So, yeah, I'm just interested to see how they tie all of it together, because interestingly as well, the singles are all like, are they evenly spread apart? Like Emergence is 2, then 3 and 4 we haven't heard, and then 5 we've heard, then 6 and 7 we haven't heard, and then Damocles is 8, and then we have to split them apart as well for the last 2. So there's like a 2-song gap between each one. So there's a lot of
I like that.
moments to be filled between that. We'll see.
Yeah.
So the ratings, we have to go back to. We didn't actually really answer that. As in, where would you rate it, Steve? Lock in your 1 to 3 right now.
Oh fuck. I mean, what I the only in terms of ratings, what I do want to say is like I've rated each of these a masterpiece, but I don't just think that every song that Sleep Token do is a masterpiece. As we all know, The Apparition is not.
That song's
I can't believe you even brought that up. You just ruined the vibe, man.
yeah,
It's a good song.
Can we end the pod now?
You have to bring old shit up.
If I were to rank them, I mean, fuck, this will change in an hour. But right now, maybe because it's brand new, but also maybe because it's sort of in the sonic brightness of Euclid, and I like it's a wonderful overall balance. I think my number 1 currently is Damocles, and then I would put at number 2, I think Emergence, and then Caramel.
Nice.
Okay.
That's what they're doing so well. Like, even though Damocles is my least favorite, I see a lot of people saying like, you know, it's like one of their favorite songs the band's ever written. They're able to target so many different of their fan base with like different songs that everyone has like a personal favorite.
Yeah, well, it sounds like there's 3 of us and there's 3 songs, and we all have different top 3s as well. So like, it's definitely like you're getting a prime example here, because I would probably have Emergence number 1, and then Caramel, and then Damocles. Now I've loved every single one of them for different reasons, but I'm guessing yours is different to mine.
Mine's the exact same. Yours is Drew.
Oh, okay.
Emergence number 1, Caramel 2, and then
Emergence. But it's the same. Like, I don't really know. I think I don't look forward to the black metal elements at the end of Caramel as much as I love all of the melodic stuff. I think it's really cool and it suits the song, and like lyrically as well, it makes sense with the black metal screams, but I just don't really look forward to it as much as the end of Emergence, where it's a little bit softer in moments and like the guitars and shit.
And then that.
So I guess to your point as well.
Actually. Even though I put Caramel last on mine, I prefer the ending of that to the ending of Emergence. The kind of chilled saxophone thing is gorgeous, beautiful, but like it's sort of Peters. Whereas the fucking part of it maybe is the drumming from 2 and the end of Caramel. Fucking
drumming at the end of Damocles is insane.
Oh, yeah. Fucking yeah.
The drumming is just fucking insane in general, isn't it? It's
watch my face during that bit in the fucking reaction. Just like
yeah.
Yeah, I still haven't seen your reactions. Like it's still early in the morning for me, so
yeah. Yeah, do you know what? It's and I mean, like, even if I am putting these on like different levels, it's like they are alternating at any time. And again, we've only had a couple hours with Damocles as well, so that could also change. But yeah, 13 days.
I think you said something like this as well in your video, Drew, but how I'm feeling right now is I almost don't want the album to come out. I'm enjoying living in this world where there's Sleep Token tracks that are recorded and mastered and ready to be heard that I haven't heard yet. That first time experience is in front of me, and soon it will no longer be. And I kind of want to live in this moment for a bit, because this is a rare thing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Cool. And it's a faster rollout too, because with Taking Me Back to Eden, they were dropping singles in January, and then the album released in May. And what, it was March with Emergence, end of March, I think, something like that.
February, yes.
Yeah, so that's why it's a way shorter rollout.
Yeah, start of March. Yeah. And then March was Emergence, start of March was Emergence, and then we had Caramel at the end of March as well, right? And now, am I getting that right?
I don't know.
We have Caramel at the start of this month. Regardless, we've had 3 songs. That's all you need to know. That's our analysis right there.
What is going to be very interesting, I think, is given the last 2 songs have been quite sort of personally led from Vessel, That's going to be, I think, a bit of a different experience live, because normally we're kind of singing along and enjoying Sleep Token songs in a sort of relate to this however you want sort of way. But now in a live environment, we'll be singing along to really a very specific experience that he's going through about, you know, they want to shout out my real name. Is the crowd going to be singing along or shouting out? They're trying to get a rise out of me. Like, how odd a moment will that be live when they're singing along with that moment, which is kind of flipped? I think that might be a little odd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, like when are they? They've got when is their like first schedule? They haven't played any shows with the new songs yet,
No.
right? Okay,
No.
and when is their first scheduled shows?
Is it
Just gonna look
download?
that up now.
Is it download?
That'd be crazy if they're debuting.
It's download. Fuck.
That'd be.
It looks like Download is their third gig. They've got 2 gigs at Rock im Park and Rock am Ring in Germany, and then Download.
Right. So a lot of that will be spoiled for us, I guess, unless they have something different planned for each show.
They probably wouldn't. I think that to put on an amazing show, they'd want to live rehearse it a couple times before they even get to Germany. They're not going to be going like, "What should we play on the set list tonight, boys?" Sorry.
I know,
What we fucking playing tonight, lads? Should we open with Caramel, really spin their heads?
Steve, that's not what I meant. I meant having different shows planned, not like just deciding on the day. What do you want to play today, lads? Just in front of fucking like 50,000 people at download.
No, I don't mean on the stage, but like, you know, a lot of bands would in the morning be like, right, what's our set list? But if they're doing things to tracks with specific lighting and the rest, they're going to have that planned and play that exact set every time. So whatever they play in Germany, I'm pretty sure they're going to play a download, because they also don't want to put too many variables in it. They want it to land, to be good. There's a responsibility. You're headlining fucking Download Festival. That needs to go well. If you're in that band, you're like, I really want this to deliver. Let's do what we've practiced. That's going to work.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks. See how things unfold. 2 weeks, even less than 2 weeks now. So, excited.
God, I just had a thought. Oh, what if they have an encore? They don't do encores, I think. They do encores? They did.
Yeah, for
encore, Euclid.
Bloodsport. And what?
I can't remember.
No, Wembley.
Euclid.
They did Bloodsport as a
yeah. But was it an encore? Yeah, I guess
I think it was, right? I'm trying to remember.
I know that was the last song. I can't remember whether there was like an off stage. We don't know if they're coming back sort of moment. But either way, last song at Download in a field being Euclid, I think I would probably explode. That'd be pretty amazing. But who knows? Maybe they'll do Damocles.
Damocles into Euclid. Yeah, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Might be too slow.
Yeah.
Infinite bats on top of that as well.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, we have no idea. How long we're gonna? So we'll have a month, really, give or take, between the album and Download. Plenty of time to get used to the album.
Yes.
Exciting
times.
Well, thank you for your time here, folks. Let us know in the comments your thoughts. How would you rank those 3 songs? Are you like me on my own here with my rankings, or do you align with Drew and Burb? Are they?
Yeah, but I'm not even
correct?
sure of my own rankings, to be honest. But I would probably put Damocles bottom, but it's
I
very
would
minimal.
assume most of the comments are going to be aligned with you, Steve.
You think?
I think so.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think people are loving the new songs. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. Let us know in the comments how you guys are feeling. Rank the songs in the comments, please.
Yes.
I'd love to see your rankings.
Yeah,
For sure.
I think we're starting to show that we've all got very little sleep right now. We're just like, let us know.
I know. I ran out of coffee. I'm like, oh,
something.
man.
Just
Comments.
say something in the comments. Anything,
well.
please.
It's been a joy. Thank you. If you haven't
yes.
yet as well, make sure you subscribe to this. And also, are you listening to this on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts? If so, please give us a 5-star rating if you think it's worth that. If you don't think it's worth that, don't rate it at all. Kidding. Obviously, give us your honest rating, whatever it is. But we'd really appreciate that. Trying to help more people discover us on those platforms as well. So thank you for this. Check out our Patreon as well for more bonus content over there generally. See you in the next episode, hopefully very soon.
Cheers.
Bye.
Peace, guys.